Hello, hello there, everyone, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Pets, maybe, if you have your pet with you. Hi. All right, I'm going to go over directions for our lesson today in reading. But first of all, to get us started, we want to take a look a little more at knights and what it meant to be a knight back in medieval ages, and specifically looking for and explaining what a code of chivalry was that knights followed. So I figured, I have a friend that lives on YouTube that can more easily explain this, and he's a little guy, just a little kid, and he's going to explain it to us, like kind of in a few minutes here, how knights were. But let's be listening to when he talks about the code of chivalry and what exactly that was. Okay, take it away, friend on YouTube.
A Kid Explains History! Welcome back to Kid Explains History, where we get to learn something new. Have you ever noticed that some people get to be called Sir after being knighted? You know, like Sir Alec Guinness and Sir Christopher Lee. Women can do it too. They are called dames. Well, that's because since about 1560, a knighthood can be purely ceremonial. Like, didn't always used to be that way. Back in what we call the medieval times, being a knight was a much more defined thing. And then you had a horse, a suit of armor, and you knew how to fight. The first knights appeared in Western Europe under King Charlemagne in the 700s. His empire was so big, he needed soldiers that were good at riding horses just to get around. Europeans started using an invention from China called stirrups, which helped people fight better from horseback. Charlemagne started rewarding his best soldiers with titles and land, which is a custom that spread to England. As the years went on, knights developed a code to live by called chivalry. They made a promise to be brave in battle and also to be polite to women and have really good manners. Chivalry is a big reason we still like hearing stories about knights, like the legend of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. In real life, a lot of knights dedicated themselves to Christianity and followed kings like Richard the Lionhearted on the Crusades. These were wars in the Middle East, which is in no way close to England, where they would try to take the Holy Lands back from the Muslims. Sometimes the Christians won, sometimes they didn't, and it all went on for a very long time. There were two ways to become a knight. The first was to be a son of one, and the other was to prove your bravery in battle. Kids as young as 7 can start by being a page to a knight, which means I could be one right now. They would help their masters by saddling their horses, putting on their armor, which must have been heavy, and getting them ready for tournaments. Knights, they are lazy. They want their kids to do it. When they turned 14, they got to be squires and learned to fight, and even accompanied their master to battle. They were just like Padawans to Jedis. Jousting tournaments have been held as a way of practicing in between wars since the 12th century. It was crazy. 2 knights would gallop towards each other with lances and try to knock each other off. For hundreds of years, the scariest thing an army could face was a line of fully armored knights charging at them on horses. No one knew how to stop them until people started using this pike technique, which was shown in the movie Braveheart. But the main thing that changed is when soldiers started using another invention from China. Chinese. Those guys were smart. Armor didn't stop bullets, so knights were sort of out of trouble. After that, knighthood became a title and a reward that had nothing to do with being a soldier. Thanks for joining us for our 15th episode.
Thank you, friend who lives on YouTube. All right, so we find out that the code of chivalry is a code that knights would follow, that they would obey. And if you follow this code of chivalry, what you were doing is you were agreeing to follow certain rules and to have certain character traits, right? And saying, hey, we are going to follow and we want to have these character traits. So what were some of those character traits? Well, let's make a list here and look. So if we were going to follow the code of chivalry, a knight would possess these traits, or these are some of the traits that really a knight had if they wanted to follow the code of chivalry. So you're looking at things like they would be brave, they would be loyal, they would be honest, they would be kind, okay? They would be thoughtful, Perhaps they would be hardworking. And notice as we fill all these out, as we list these traits, these are all positive. These are all good character traits. These are something that we'd all want to have because knights aspire to be, better. So we have hardworking, and let's see, they had tenacity. Actually, I'm going to use perseverance, which we know means you don't give up. You don't give up. They were helpful. They were protective. They were forgiving. You could say they were trustworthy. And compassionate. Okay, compassionate means that, you look out for other people. You have a big heart. All right? So, we're going to focus today on 3 of these. Okay? And we're going to focus on brave. Okay, I'm going to highlight it here. Brave. We're going to focus on honest. And we're going to focus on compassionate. Okay. You found that right now in our story that William is kind of training to become a knight. And he exhibits many of these qualities and these traits from this code of chivalry. And especially he's demonstrated that he can be brave, he can be honest, and he can be compassionate. So what we're going to do today is we're going to provide evidence of those traits for William. And we're going to do that using storyboard. The first thing that you obviously need to do for today's lesson after these directions is to read chapter 12. So you're going to continue reading. We're going to read chapter 12 today. And then what we're going to do is through the assignment on Schoology, you click this link and it's going to take you to The Castle in the Attic, chapter 12. The Code of Chivalry storyboard. Okay, here are the directions. A true hero is someone who follows the code of chivalry, which we've been talking about. We said some traits of those that follow the code of chivalry are brave, strong, loyal, honest, kind, thoughtful, hardworking, never giving up, having tenacity or perseverance, helpful, protective, forgiving, trustworthy, and compassionate. William shows many of these qualities on his way to becoming a knight in this story. Now, I've chosen 3 of these traits. Brave, honest, and compassionate. Using storyboard that, you are going to show evidence from the story of times that William has shown these traits. So, William has shown at different points throughout the story that he has acted bravely, or he has been honest, he's acted honestly, or he has shown the character trait of that he's compassionate or has compassion. Okay? It's your job to find evidence from the text that shows that. So you're going to use the template right here. You're going to use the template of the storyboard I have. And notice I have brave, I have honest, and compassionate. Your job is, and it can be in this chapter, it can be at any point in the story, though, as well. It doesn't have to be just this chapter. So you are going to find evidence of a time in our story so far that William has been brave, has acted brave. And you'll show that, and you'll explain it here. Like, explain what you're showing. So explain, this is where you show your evidence. So William was brave when he, ABC, or whatever you're going to write there. And then same thing for honest. So you're going to show a time when he is honest. And then compassionate. Again, it can be from this chapter, but it doesn't have to be from this chapter. It can be from any point in the book. But you just need to explain how you know that William has shown qualities of bravery, when he's been honest, or when he's been compassionate. Okay? And you'll fill in that assignment, you'll fill out that storyboard. Again, with everything, no white space. Everything has to be filled in. It has to be a good example for each of these traits. And then what you'll do is you'll download it to turn it in, download it as a high-res image, and upload it to Schoology, then to submit the assignment. And there you go. As always, if you have questions once you get into it, make sure you watch my video, this thing that you're listening to now, so you know what to do. And if you've done that, then if you need help, I will be glad to assist you. All right. Good luck.